Next up, we have Tiffany Stratton defending her WWE Women's Championship against Royal Rumble winner Charlotte. Now, the story going into this one is Charlotte came back and she won the Royal Rumble. I mean, it's pretty as simple as that, you know. It wasn't no big build up, no nothing like that. Charlotte was out with an injury. They aired vignettes, telling us that she's coming back. We pretty much knew she'll be back in the Royal Rumble. I believe one of those vignettes they might have just, told us that she's going to be back in the Royal Rumble. She came back in the Royal Rumble, I want to say in the 20s, in the mid to late 20s, I want to say. Because I don't think she was number 30. And she came back with like Stone Cold knee braces on, and she won it in a very sloppy ending to that Women's Royal Rumble, might I add. It was pretty solid at first, and then it was a certain spot in the match where everything just went off a cliff, and then boom, you had Charlotte Roxanne Perez last two, and then Charlotte won. And I'm not gonna lie, right? So at first, this is a match I did want to see, right? Because you have Tiffany Stratton who favors Charlotte. She's the blonde, she's athletic, she's like full of herself, and this was a match that I believe, I predicted I wanted to see, and maybe other people wanted to see as well, to see the past, slash present, excuse me, in Charlotte Flair. We all know Charlotte is great in the ring and she can go, and no matter how much we disagree with her character at times, or we disagree with how much she's pushed, her in-ring work does speak for itself, right? And so Tiffany Stratton in ring, she go crazy too, right? She does the moonsaults and the swantons, and she's athletic, man. She can go in the ring as well. And so this is a match that I wanted to see: the two blondes, the past, present, up against the future. Um, and yeah, now my predictions for this match: if they give these two time, especially with how things are going now, where they're blending like real life heat and stuff, with them going at each other on SmackDown in that promo, and adding in, Charlotte is 0-3 in her marriages and stuff like that. If they're going to bring that heat into this match and let these two, do their thing, right? And let the potatoes fly. This match could be pretty good. Like I said, at first it just wasn't hitting on nothing. It was pretty boring. Charlotte at first was the baby face, and with like what, that wasn't working out. So they had to turn heel, and Tiffany Stratton as the baby face is okay, seeing as though she was the baby face against Nia Jax, and which is kind of confusing as well because she was using Nia Jax, so that's the dynamic that was confusing. Like, who's the heel, who's the baby face? So with them coming into this reality thing they're going with, letting them go out there, letting them lay it in, and you can really get the crowd behind this match, right? I still feel like people are still gonna feel, you know, not too well about it, but you can kind of pull them to your side a little bit, right? Honestly, I've bet against Charlotte many times in the past, and I was pretty much always wrong, but one time. So here, I don't know. I just can't. I'm not going to bet her against her. Like I said in my previous prediction with the Jade Cargill Naomi, I feel as though they are teasing Jade Cargill and Charlotte. They also might be planning a Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair. So I mean, and it's Charlotte, man. They want her to beat Ric Flair's record. They who knows, man? She might be a 20-time champion by the time she's done. So that's my prediction, man. I'm gonna just go with Charlotte. Honestly, I wouldn't mind Tiffany Stratton winning and holding on to this title and getting more of a push going forward. But who knows with the backstage stuff if they who has the more heat on them, And Charlotte is the veteran, so if both of them have heat, then Tiffany Stratton has more heat because she's a newbie and Charlotte has more favor, excuse me, and she's a nepo baby, nepo queen as she calls herself. So I'm gonna pick Charlotte, And my star ratings for this, right? Anticipation and excitement was not there. It was like a one with the real life heat getting involved. I'll bump it up to a two. Not too like excited and anticipating this match, but eager to see what becomes of this match with the newfound heat going into it. The quality of the match, like I said, if they let these two go out there, lay it in, and have a back and forth match where they're landing punches, they're really getting into it. Like I said, both of these women can go in the ring, right? They're both athletic. So with that being said, I'll give it a 3 star. I'll give it 3 stars for that because they both can go in the ring. Now, how strong the rivalry and story was going into it, it's a 1 star for me, man. It just hasn't had that, you know, strong story going into it. It's just been a lot of, snarky remarks, Charlotte attacking Tiffany Stratton and stuff like that. Confusion on who's the babyface and the heel, which is really bringing it down. Charlotte, honestly, in that promo where they're going back and forth, the crowd got to her. That's that's a few times where I seen Charlotte really stumble and not really know, what to say and stuff. And Tiffany Stratton definitely got the best of her in that promo, and even cutting her a little bit with the marriages and stuff like that. And Charlotte didn't really have any cool comebacks for that. So yes, and overall, it'll get a 2 star for me. So let me know what you guys think. What do you predict? Who do you want to win? Who you see winning? Is this match exciting to you? Let me know, man. I love wrestling.